Hey, what's up? I'm Al Cox. I play games, make games, and everything in between. And today we are checking out the BuildBox Smart Asset Sticky Sphere. This smart asset has a special custom node called Glue that allows it to stick to any other object. Let's jump in, see how we can apply it to everything. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that little bell as I go through the BuildBox Smart Assets, figure out what nodes they're comprised of, how they work, and how you can put that into your game. Let's take a look. Here you can see what the Smart Asset does. Looks pretty cool. But how does it work? So this is the sticky sphere, and the first thing to do is start with the start. We can see that this Smart Asset has physics types such as dynamic, affected, asset, all. Always want to be careful when it comes to affected asset. When possible, have it selected to a specific object or group of objects. Setting it to all can slow down the processing power of the computer. If it's needed in this case, then so be it. You can also use an action that has if collide change physics, but we're not going to do that right now. Glue. So this is the magic node already written. You can take a look and read it. If the value and does not equal trigger, then this equals, I don't know. This entity of component is if collide, collision object, add as a child. So it looks like whatever object touches, it then becomes a child of that object. Very cool. To get a better understanding of this, you do need to know parent and child. In JavaScript, you have a parent and child, and this happens also when spawning an object. If you were to spawn an object, you could have that object be a child or it be a parent. Another good example is here we have the ground here, and then we have the cube, and then this is the sticky sphere. Putting the sticky sphere here makes it a child of the cube, which is kind of what that glue node does. I'm going to take this, move it over the level selection, because then that will give it its own object and not underneath another object. Let's go here. We're going to add physics to the ground because we're going to start doing some cool stuff in a second. So let's give this object physics, and we can leave it to dynamic. Now this ball will fall on top of that ball. Let's look at the camera angle. Do something like that, and boom. Kind of sticks, not in a cool way. Let's go here and let's look at the collision group. So this is sticky sphere, has a sphere if collide of a sphere, so that's good. Cube, collide cube, and let's just take a look at it again now that it's at a different angle. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take this cube and copy it. And let's see what happens now. Go in here and move it a little bit like this and see how this works. Okay, cool. That's honestly, I was kind of hoping it would tip over, but it looks like it's not. And I suspect that if we go in the sticky sphere and we add a greater mass, maybe that could do something. Let's take a look. No, it just makes it kind of wobble. Oh, and it did eventually fall over. Maybe go here and move these two a little bit to the right. It doesn't tip over, still cool. You can see how the sticky cubes work. Let's do something fun here. Let's move this up. We're gonna make the cube a character. So I created a cube. If the sticky sphere touches a object that does not have the scale of 1 to 1 to 1 for the XYZ axis, then the sticky sphere itself will adjust to that size. Example is if we take this cube here and we adjust the scale like this, you can see that when it touches ball, these perfect spheres change. No, they don't actually. Weren't they doing that a second ago? This like this. Yeah, so you can see this was set to 0.5, and these objects come out looking like this. Yes, these the same. That's good. Go with the touch move. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, this is the y-axis, x-axis. So if it touches the ground, it should just be like regular physics. And you can pick them up. Why does this ball change size? Do they all do that, or is it just one? But sometimes they change size, sometimes they don't. Change the bounce to 10, and I'm still trying to get this cube to, oh, here we go. This is why it wasn't okay. And then moving the Z-axis, let's get rid of the invert. see how it goes. Okay, cool. Let's get the sticky sphere. I'm gonna take this ground and we're gonna change the name of this to wall. Now, this wall, let's make it kinematic. And I kind of want to do something fun, which is to add a touch rotate. Now, this is just gonna rotate however it rotates. Cool, so what we want is for the cube to not get stuck with the ball. So let's go to sticky ball. So the balls are static, but they're only affected by the wall asset. Where is it wall? So everything else should make it kinematic. And we can bounce them over to the wall like that. Okay, cool. Just like that. That was a fail. A lot of ways to play with the sticky node. Have some objects stick, other objects not stick. Those objects then become child of the original object. And there's been a lot of cool games where you have objects sticking to other objects. So this is a super useful asset node to keep in mind when developing your games in Buildbox. If you've learned something from this tutorial, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell. If there's something you want to see in Buildbox, please let me know. Until then, I will see you next time. Peace.